This is where we left off in our last video. We show that this identity works. Let's do a little test on it now. Let's draw for our calculator. And we're going to try out some values using our calculator. Alright, my. Where did my calculator disappear to? Let's get it back. Alright, this is our calculator. Here now. Oh no, I want my calculator to be of a certain dimension. Alright. Sine squared theta. Suppose we have our calculator in degree mode. Suppose we find the sine of 30. This is the sine of 30. Let's put it in brackets. And we're going to square it. Plus, open bracket, the cosine of 30, close bracket, square. What does it give us? It's 1. Alright? Because if we say sine 30 equals, that's 0.5. Then we say cosine 30 equals 0.866. Then we say 0.5 squared plus 0.866 squared equals. Right. Because of the running off, we didn't get back our exact 1. So we see we have 0.999956. Let's try another number. Let's find the sine of any number. 40. Sine 40 is 0.64278 and so on. Alright, we see it here. What's the cosine of 40? This is what we get. Now, let's square the sine of 40. 0.647876, and that's squared. Plus, then we have 0.766044 squared. What do we get? 1. Right? Because they're running off, we don't see the exact one, but it's 1.00 and then 65 and so on. So you have 1. You can try one more. What is the sine of 25? This is what we get. And then the cosine of 25 equals. Alright. Let's take the 0.4226 that we got for the sine of 25 and square it, plus, and we have the 0.9063 that we got for the cosine of 25, and we square that. When we add them again, 1 again. So you see, any number you put in for theta will work. Now, let's look forward I should say, to another identity. Let's erase part of the work we did before. Alright. Let's see something here. We found the sine of theta and the cosine of theta. We have another trigonometric ratio. What is the tangent of theta? Remember, tan of theta is opposite divided by the hypotenuse. Theta is here. on the left hand side of the triangle. B is on the opposite side, which is the right hand side, which is the opposite side. So it's B divided by the, no, tan is opposite over adjacent. Did I say opposite over hypotenuse earlier? It's opposite divided by the adjacent, A. So we have B divided by A. Alright. So our B over A is here. Now, let's see something. Suppose we put the sine of theta over the cosine of theta. That would be equal to B divided by C all over cosine of theta is A divided by C. Remember, when you have a fraction divided by another fraction, you have to remember what you're supposed to do in that case. It is a fraction B over C multiplied by the reciprocal of the fraction in the denominator. The reciprocal of A over C is C over A. See that? What does that give us? C cancels C. So what you have is B divided by A. But hold on. B divided by A. This is it. And this is the same as tan theta. So it is equal to the tangent of theta. Alright? So what we have is the tangent of theta is equal to sine theta over cosine theta. Alright? So tan theta is sine theta over cos theta. We can see what happens in that case if we test this thing with some numbers. Alright, we want to test this thing with some numbers. Let's put it up here and get back to our calculator and carry out our test. Suppose we say now we have sine, oh, let's clear the thing. Alright, sine 5 divided by, or sine of 5 degrees divided by cosine of 5 degrees. What do we get? 0.087488 and so on. Let's see what happens if we find the tangent of 5 degrees. Same thing. 0.087488. Alright. Suppose we try it with the sine of 50 degrees. Alright, that's 60. Sine 60, since we use 5 already. Alright. We don't want it to be that so easy. Sine 60. Right? We use 5 already. Even though, remember, the sine of 50 is not 10 times the sine of 5. Right? But I don't want it to be too obvious that I'm trying to use certain type of numbers. A multiple of another number. But anyway, sine 60 over what now? Cos 60 over cos 6. Where touch the multiply over cos 60. What does that give us? 1.732. Suppose I find the tangent of 60. What does that give me? 1.732. Same thing, right? Sine 70 over cos 70, 0.747. What is the tan of 70? Same thing. Alright, so we can play around with it and try testing it with different numbers, but we have two of our basic identities here. We have tan theta is sine theta over cos theta. So tan theta over, what did I write that? It's sine theta divided by cos theta is identical to, I use the 3 strokes to show that its identity. It will work with all numbers you substitute for theta. Sine theta over cos theta is identical to the tangent of theta.